Okay. All right. This week's podcast is What I Survived.
Yes.
Is it called What I Survived or
What I Survived?
What I Survived?
Yes. Not survived.
I like, you know, as you guys know, we do not write anything down. We
wing it.
We wing it. She picks a topic or I pick a topic. Our friend Jill helps us pick a topic, but she did one a couple weeks ago and suggested What I Survived, and I like that one. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to talk. We could talk about anything. I'm going to start with the thing that I survived. That as it was going on, I didn't think I would survive it.
Okay.
When I was in high school, I talked about this briefly, and I think I talked about it on a live, not on a podcast. But, you know, everyone gives me these comments sometimes. These mean people on social media will make fun of my eyebrows and all of that. Let's talk about why they are the way they are. Let's do that. Okay. So in high school, my friend Christy had a beautiful home, and in her home she had a sunbed. And this was before sun tanning beds. Mm-hmm. They were bulbs in a ceiling that had like a cutout.
Right.
And they were bulbs in the ceiling. And I was going to go to prom in the next month, and I was going to go over her house every day and tan underneath her sun bulbs.
Okay.
And it was like a cutout in her bathroom, like where you would put a picture almost, but you would lay down in that and you would turn on the sun bulbs and you would get a little color.
Okay.
Well, I was like, Christy, you do this. And she's like, okay. I go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stack some things so that I'm closer to the bulb. I'm going to stack the bed portion high so that I'm really close to the bulb. And she's like, good idea.
You're a genius.
You're a genius.
You're so smart when you're in high school.
And when you're done and you have your beautiful tan, I'm going to do the same thing.
But I'm going to go
wait.
closer.
But I'm going to wait. And I'm going to wait to see how your tan turns out.
Right.
So I'm stacking a bunch of stuff so that I'm really close to the bulb.
I cannot fucking believe you did that.
Okay. So I am laying down and I can tell I'm getting a little bit of color, and I flip over, right? And then I'm thinking for the last 15 minutes.
You need a little bit more on your face.
On my face.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is sit up now, because now I'm going to sit up and I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to put my face right next to the light.
Oh, wow.
Right next to the light. And I'm going to look beautiful. I cannot wait. Right. So it's hot. I'm sweating, and I can feel my face getting red, of course. And I'm like, but I'm going to make it 15 minutes.
Right.
And I'm going to tan my face. And there, at the last 3-4 minutes, I'm like, oh, this is bad. I don't want to do, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm gonna continue.
Yeah, you're going to be a trooper, and you're going to get that nice golden tan.
In a month, this is going to be great.
Oh,
but I'm going to take a couple days off, and then I'll come back and I'll tan, and it'll be great. Can I just tell you that night, it's red. It looks like I've been in the sun for sure. And I remember my grandma saying, because my grandma lived across the street, and when we'd come home from school, we would stay at her house until my parents got home from work, and then we'd go home across the street. And she's like, oh my God, your face looks so red. What happened? I was like, my girlfriend had, blah, blah, blah. And the next morning.
Isn't it great, Graham?
Isn't it great? You're going to love this.
Isn't it great, Graham? Look at how good I look.
Yeah. The next morning, I can't open my eyes. They are swollen shut. I have starting to form water blisters all over my face. I am so much pain. And as the day goes on, the evening goes on, I'm looking worse and worse and worse. And now I have third and second degree burns all over my face. And I can't go to school. And I tell you, I never missed school, ever. I had a perfect attendance from freshman year to senior year. Perfect attendance except for this week.
Right.
And I have such horrific blisters. And they take me to the emergency room, obviously. And they said, there's nothing I can do but to heal. Don't touch it. Don't rub it. Don't do anything.
That had to have hurt really bad.
Oh my God, did it hurt? It hurt so bad. My mother couldn't even look at me because I kept getting worked out the second day, the third day.
Right.
I look like the Elephant Man. And if you don't know who that is, and you're
I am not an animal. That's the movie.
Look him up.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah.
He's scared my God.
I'm sorry, Bubbies.
He's scared my
I'm
God.
sorry, Bubbies.
That's who I look like. I had massive blisters everywhere. And I just want to pull off my skin because I'm so claustrophobic and it's getting tighter and I'm getting uglier. And my mom sends me to my grandma's because she can't even look at me. And I have to, I think I even wore mittens so that I wouldn't itch my face.
Oh my God.
Because if I did, I would peel off, you just got to just let it heal. And I can't remember, did they give me a cream to put on or something? But my eyes and my face was just horrendous.
For some reason, I thought the bulbs exploded in your face. Why was I thinking that?
No.
Okay. All right.
No. But I was.
Yeah.
Listen,
You're an idiot.
I'm this close.
Jesus Christ.
I'm this close.
So stupid.
I am. My eyebrows were singed off. My hair around my face was singed off, and they never, ever, ever grew back the same again.
Oh my God.
I can't even tell you. It was weeks. I mean, I only took off a week from school, so I kind of went to school like that. And I don't. And cell phones weren't a thing then, so you didn't really have a lot of pictures. I'll try to find my homecoming picture because I ended up going because my friend that did ask me to go, he was my friend at the time, and he liked me, and I didn't know that I liked him like that. But we were going to go as friends, and he still took me, and I looked horrendous.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
That's like a charity.
Because my eyebrows were singed, my hairline was singed. I was a mess.
But everybody knew you. So.
Everybody knew, and everybody was really, I'm sure they talked to me on my back. Like, what a fucking idiot.
Right.
But my face was I had 2nd degree and 3rd degree burns all over my face.
I can't believe you don't have scarring.
I do have scarring. Well, I did for the longest time. You would see this big red for the longest time. I would say this happened when I was 18. I'm 52 now. I would say my 20s, if I didn't have makeup on, you would see a ring of red. My face was very, very red for a decade or more, if not more.
But was your tan good though?
My God.
Let's circle back there.
And I remember being so miserable and crying because even when I cried, the salt from the tears on my face hurt so bad. So I really tried to, and I remember Grandma putting all that burn cream on me, and I remember getting it in my eye, and then I'm crying. And
right.
And I remember freaking out at one point that I went like this with my chin, and there was like maybe 6 layers, and I had a hole right here.
Golly.
So, yeah, that's why my eyebrows grow this weird thing.
Directions.
And, yeah, and my face. I'm so lucky that, 1, I didn't do it longer, and 2, that I was able to come back from, I just have little, if I don't have makeup on, I think my face is still very red.
Wow.
But nothing like it was in my 20s and 30s. I'm 30 some years past that now.
Yeah.
But oh my God. It was horrible. And I remember thinking, there was a fire when I was a sophomore in high school, and it killed a couple of our friends at a party. There was a cabin, and a bunch of people, seniors, stayed at this cabin. The fireplace caught fire, and it burned a couple of my friends and killed. I didn't know the 2 people, but it burned a couple of my friends so badly that they looked like, horrendous. And one of them had to have many, 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 many surgeries on his face.
You're lucky.
I'm lucky that didn't happen. But this gentleman ended up being he was such a good looking kid, and he's had a lot of surgeries, and he's doing well now.
Right.
But there was a couple of them that were burned, and 2 of them died.
That's
awful. I remember, my situation happened first. But I was thinking to myself, how can someone ever survive because I thought I was always going to look like that. I thought my face was never going to be the same. And it wasn't the same for many years.
Right.
Finally my senior year, I felt like I didn't, it was starting to come back a little bit, but it took a long, long, long time. But the hairs never really grew back.
Right.
The eyebrows and the thing. But I remember thinking, I'm never going to look the same. I'm never going to survive this. I went into a horrible depression, but my grandma was really great and the people around me were great. But I'll never forget how that was and how I felt like, because that affected my life for at least a year of how I felt about my face and how I looked.
Right.
For a long time. So when people are mean and they say things on the internet about my eyebrows or whatever, and I'm always like,
well, you shouldn't say anything mean about anyone.
I mean, you always have your assholes, but you never know what someone's going through. You never know what someone's going through, so just be kind to each other.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. Like sometimes you and I will get a negative comment, not very often, but when we do, you don't know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
So just be kind to each other.
Yeah.
You don't know why somebody's eyebrows look weird or someone's face looks weird. Look at my dad now, who's now an amputee. Like, if I ever heard someone say something about my dad, I'd kill him.
Yeah.
Just be kind.
Yeah.
But that was one of the things that I thought, how am I going to survive this? And I did.
Yeah. That was a good story.
Yeah.
I feel a little silly because I don't know that I've ever had like a near death. Like if I've had something that I literally survived.
Well, you survived a childhood that you said was not
it was a nightmare.
Favorable.
No, it was a nightmare. Yeah. It was constant. Oh my God.
Put it in a little nutshell. You don't have to go through just...
Okay. So we moved down here from up north when I was 5 because my dad broke his back. And like the cold weather was just too much. So the doctors told him he should move to Florida. So that's when the real...
Lucky for you, or we wouldn't known each other.
Yeah, great. No, I'm kidding. No, listen. If I hadn't gone through anything, I wouldn't be the person I am.
100%. Yeah.
But it was really difficult. I mean, there were times I remember being like in middle school, and I was sitting in my bedroom, and the window was open, and it was raining, and I was just sitting there watching the rain, and I was like, I didn't want to be alive. And in those days, you didn't know anything about suicide and all that.
Right. Ending your life, or what would you do? How would you do it?
Yeah. And I don't even think I knew that was like an option, but I was just so sad. I thought, why?
You don't want to be here. Like, you don't want to suffer in this way anymore.
Yeah. Like, it was always chaotic. It was always like, my mom married an alcoholic, and, he recently passed away. So I don't want to be too cruel because he went through a lot of shit too.
Yeah.
Never hit me, never touched me like that, but very emotionally. And, I didn't understand why that was happening, and then my friend like down the street had like a nice mom and dad, and I don't know, whatever. But it was really a struggle. Like I saw a lot of really, really bad things. Like I saw my sister almost get murdered from whatever, one of my mom's boyfriends, whatever. And, that just not good.
So you survived a tumultuous childhood.
Yeah, I did.
And you survived that.
I did survive it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else. I remember the reason why I'm so claustrophobic, and I literally thought I was going to die, when my little sister, when we lived up in Michigan, and my stepsister, who's the daughter of my stepdad, obviously. We're not related by blood, but she's great. But anyway, we were playing, and like you said in our past podcast, like you would go outside, you'd be outside from the moment the sun came up until
100%.
the nighttime. No one ever worried, and we'd run around with all these kids, and we were living in Michigan at the time, and we went to like a really like a rundown, like dilapidated, like abandoned building, and I wish I knew what that was. It was so creepy. And it was like us and like, I don't know, 5 other people, like a couple girls, a couple guys, and we were walking around and like we thought we saw blood on the walls, and then like you could see like the devil sign. You know, they probably did like.
What kind of place was this?
It was an abandoned building. But it was really, it was kind of cool because we were walking around and we were like, oh, you know, like,
yeah, we shouldn't be here.
Yeah. And so anyway, the devil worshiping shit freaked me out. That always freaks me out.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. But anyway.
Wait, you were devil worshiping?
No, there were like the, what's that sign called for the devil? Like
that was on the walls?
Yes.
Oh.
Written on the floors.
Trying to scare kids if they were to come in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or they were doing devil worshiping. Whatever.
Yeah. Right.
But nobody lived there or anything. It was abandoned. But there was a coat closet downstairs.
Okay.
And one of the guys thought it would be a great idea to lock me in this coat closet. So when the doors shut, they were right by my face. Like there wasn't much room to move or anything. And they left me in there for so long. And I was screaming and crying and punching at the door and saying, please let me out. Please let me out.
How long are you in there? How long are you in there?
I feel like I was in there for at least an hour because they thought it would be hilarious to act like they left.
No.
So I was all by myself.
That's how kids die.
Yeah. And I literally thought I was going to die. Like I was like, oh my God, this is like where I'm going to die now.
And you have that moment where you're like, I'm going to die now.
Yeah. Yeah. I seriously thought I was going to die. It was horrible, horrifying. That's why I'm so claustrophobic.
And you're locked in there?
Yeah, they locked me in there and I could not get it open. Now, granted, okay, this happened a long time ago. It could have been 5 minutes I was in there. But it literally, I literally thought to myself, this is how I'm going to die.
No.
So they're going to come and find me and I'm going to be dead.
Immediately, no.
Yeah.
And who are the people? Okay. Even if there's one stupid boy that says, wouldn't this be funny? Where's your one friend that you're with that says, let's not do this?
Oh my God. And like my little sister was there and she was crying and she was like, let her out. And, you know, but
no,
it was horrible.
Oh my God, how horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
But you survived.
I did survive. And I've survived a lot of really bad things too.
Yeah.
You know, that.
And look at you.
And look at me, thriving.
You're thriving.
You know what I mean? Look at me over here.
There's one other thing that this was in my childhood. And I know when I tell you the story, you're going to be like, why did you think you weren't going to survive it? I guess I knew the seriousness of this situation while it was happening.
Okay.
My sister and I, picture day was going to be the next day. And my sister and I had like 5 of our friends over. And my sister was acting like she was cutting my hair. We found a pair of scissors in the garage. And she was acting like she was cutting my hair. And she, I think she even trimmed a little bit. And they're like, who's next? And my friend Brian's like, oh, I'll cut my hair. So Shelly cuts Brian's hair. Cut. Tina's like, cut off a couple inches of my hair. Sure.
Wait, how old are you?
We were in elementary school.
Oh, God. Classic.
Let me cut Tina's hair. Let's cut Lori's hair. Let's cut the whole neighborhood that we're playing with right now. Let's
everyone gets a cut.
Everybody gets a cut. You get a cut. You get a cut. You get a cut. You get a cut.
Yeah.
Let's take the back off Brian's. Let's take the front off Tina's. Let's take the side off Lori's. Let's take this. We're doing haircuts. You're welcome.
Yeah. Free.
Okay? You're
completely
welcome.
Free.
So at 5 o'clock, we're sitting on our porch. We had a little porch swing. My grandma's out there. My mom's out there. Shelly and myself are out there. And all of a sudden, around 5 o'clock, we start to see Brian and his mom come down, Tina and her mom come down, and whoever come down. And
they're not happy.
No.
They did not appreciate the cut.
No. So they're coming down, and my grandma and my mom are like, I wonder what's going on here. And she goes, they don't look so happy. And I go, oh, they're probably just coming down to thank us for all the haircuts. Maybe they're all coming down to...
Did you literally say that?
I did. I said, maybe they're here to thank us for all the haircuts. And my grandma grabs my leg and goes, what haircuts? What haircuts? And she's squeezing our legs. What haircuts? Tell me right now. And Shelley goes, well, I gave the neighborhood kids haircuts. It's picture day tomorrow.
I forgot about picture day the next day.
It's picture day.
That's why we did it, Grandma.
Okay, relax.
Yeah, okay, because they're going to look great. You're welcome. Okay? Those will be the best school pictures they ever get.
My grandma goes, get in the house right now.
Oh my
Get in the
God.
house. And I remember watching from the living room, the parents turning their kids around and showing my grandma and my mom all the beautiful work that we've done. And my grandma was pissed, and so was my mother.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they're not the parents, and never are my parents, not even my father or my mother or my grandmother was never one like, oh, it's not my kid. My kid, no. If we did wrong, we were wrong.
Yeah.
None of this bullshit where
Yeah.
you're protecting your kid from something.
Right.
We were the asshole. They knew it, and we were like, oh my God. And I remember thinking, oh shit, this is serious.
Right.
This is serious. They're upset. Clearly they didn't like
The haircut.
the style that we chose for each child. They didn't. And I remember my grandma being mad. Everybody's mad. The whole neighborhood is mad. So as the evening goes on, it's like, oh shit. You know, we don't think of it just yet, but the next day at school, the kids are mad because their parents are mad, and now they're mad at us.
Yeah.
And we're thinking,
Yeah.
this is not
We
good.
did you a favor. No.
First of all, why
you were like, oh my God, we screwed up. We
Brian,
did it.
you were not cute until your haircut.
Yeah. Okay. A. Number two. Tina.
You're what? Tina. I might have went a little short in the bangs. Okay. Relax.
Also in the 90s, that haircut where it's real short over here and long over there is going to be super popular. So you're welcome.
Yeah. Brian, give it 2 weeks. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Tina, you're going to take a little longer. Wear a headband. So, yeah. And I remember it kind of affected the neighborhood for a little bit. And I was like, I'm never going to survive this.
Right.
How am I going to survive? It was such an innocent thing. It truly was innocent. And man, did it affect. And it was such a blimp and such a, such a funny.
A blip in your
in my life, but I remember it did disrupt the neighborhood a little bit.
Oh my God.
And I didn't think I was going to survive it, and here we are. We survived it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anywho, what is another one? Do you have anything else? Anything funny that you survived that you didn't think you'd survive?
Anything funny? I got nothing.
Oh God, it got so bright. Now we're all washed
I know.
out.
That's
Sorry,
what I'm
guys.
saying.
I'm sorry.
It drives me loony.
I know, but what are we going to do? It's either stadium lighting or... There was another thing that I didn't think I would survive. Can I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Please.
Another thing that I thought I wasn't going to survive was I was on a plane from Iceland to New York City. And it was my boyfriend now, his son. None of us are sitting on the same part of the airplane. And John has this, and his son, both have the luxury of falling asleep no matter what is happening on the flight. It drives me crazy.
Not me.
It drives me crazy.
Not me. I cannot sleep on a plane. If somebody said to me, you must sleep on this plane or you'll die, I'm like, okay, I'm going to die. I'm dead.
Same.
I cannot sleep on a plane.
I don't care how much Dramamine you give me, how many gummies I eat, how many Benadryl I suck down.
Yeah, no.
I cannot sleep on a plane either.
Same.
But these two are sleeping like a baby.
Right.
Snoozeville. They're just mouth open.
Right.
That's why I don't even sit with any of them on the flight, because they're not talking to me.
Right.
We're not watching the same thing. Nobody cares.
Right.
So I'm on the flight, and the captain says, buckle your seatbelts. We're about to hit turbulence. And I was like, okay, I have flown millions of miles in my lifetime. This wasn't that long ago. It was since I lived here.
Yeah.
Whenever we went, 2021 maybe.
Yeah.
And we're going to hit some turbulence. Please buckle up. And just a week before, I watched 1,000 Ways to Die. Did you ever watch that TV show? It's 1,000 Ways. I think it's 1,000 Ways to Die. Horrible Ways to Die or something. And one of them was where they had turbulence and the part of the plane broke away. And kind of like a sardine can, and took some passengers out. And it really did happen in the 70s. I don't remember what 70s, 80s. I don't remember.
Right.
But anyways, I was watching that. And so in my mind, it will pop up in a few minutes.
Right.
But anyways, the turbulence was, pretty bumpy. And I'm not scared to fly. I'm really not, because I feel like I'm going to go places. I'm not going to be scared to fly.
Right.
I want to go make memories. You know me. I'm all about
Yeah.
making memories and going and traveling. We're huge travelers. So, but the turbulence is getting a little bit I'm starting to feel uneasy.
Okay.
It dipping down, right? So much so that the people around me are starting to react a little bit.
Right.
And there's this really cute black lady next to me starting to pray.
Oh, geez.
And she's praying loudly, like, oh, Hail Mary, like she's reading a rosary.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God. Right. And then I think about the 1,000 Ways to Die thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. The turbulence gets so bad that everyone, I'm in the back of the plane and I can see everyone's heads violently moving. And not John and Ryan.
They're sleeping through it?
Their heads don't even pop up.
Shut up.
Their heads don't even pop up. The woman next to me and the other one, she's praying louder now and now screaming every single time it dips and moves about. And then there's a guy, a larger man with his wife, and he's scared to fly because he was already scared before even the turbulence. He goes, oh my God, we're going to die. Oh my God, we're going to die. He's screaming, we're going to die. She's praying, and the turbulence is really, really bad. And there was probably 10 seconds of what is going to happen right now? What if this is it? And I remember that's how bad it was. And I've had turbulence before. But it was so bad, and things were flying in the air that people didn't have tied down.
Jeez.
That's how bad it was. And the lady screaming. Now the guy is, upset. She's, and I'm like, oh no. And for 10 seconds, I thought something was going to happen to the plane.
Wow.
And it doesn't seem like 10 seconds is long, but when you think that something's about to go down, that you're going to go down, that 10 seconds felt like a lifetime.
Wow.
And I kept thinking about the 9/11 people that died in the plane. What was that horror? That pure terror like?
Right.
Because for 10 seconds, I thought, we may go down.
Oh my God.
That's how violent it was. And that's how she was reacting and the other guy reacting and people going, oh no. Every time there was a thing, everybody's now reacting.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, I'm not even sitting back next to my loved ones. It's just me.
That's terrible.
And I remember thinking, oh my God, we're going to go down. Those 10 seconds felt like years.
Yeah.
Years.
Well, like me in that closet, it might have been 3 minutes, 2 minutes,
100%.
10, 20. I have no idea, but it
100%.
felt like
100%.
a lifetime. And I also remember the biggest time I thought that I was going to die. And I don't want to say who, but when I was younger, unfortunately, we were in downtown Fort Myers, and the adult that was supposed to be an adult decided to go get drunk. Okay, while we were watching a movie downtown. Yeah, so completely disappeared. We had no idea where he went. Comes back and he's drunk, and he was not a nice drunk.
Oh no.
So we get into the back seat of the station wagon, and we had to drive over a really long bridge to get home to Cape Coral. And I have never been so scared in my life, and the car's going like this, and it's really late.
How old are you?
I was probably 6 or 7. And my sister was with me, and my older sister, and we were just praying and praying.
Like, just get me home.
Oh my God. And my sister kept trying to huddle over me in case something happened. And luckily the other person that they were fighting with got the key. I don't know how the hell she got the keys, but she got the keys once we made it over the bridge. But that, I seriously thought, I'm going to die. And you know what? I just thought, holy shit, I wonder if that's why I'm so scared to go over bridges, and I'm afraid that I'm going to fly into the water.
I think that a lot of people feel that way.
That's so weird. I never put 2 and 2 together, but that's
and
probably
it's still traumatic now.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I thought we were going to go down and we were going to drown and we were all going to die.
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, no, I get that.
Yeah, that was really scary.
Yeah. Oh, I get that. I had a similar thing. Well, it wasn't a drunk thing, but I had a similar thing happen on a bridge. If you're not from Ohio, look up this bridge. It's called the Valley View Bridge in Cleveland, Ohio. Look it up while you're listening. Google it. I was meeting a friend at a baseball game. It was summertime, and I was coming from not Cleveland, but I had to go through Cleveland, and I have to go over the Valley View Bridge. Never cared about the Valley View Bridge before. It is high, and it is long, and it's over a valley. And you got to look it up. But I'm going over it, and for whatever reason, I don't remember if someone was trying to make a lane change in front of me and didn't see me, and I had to react. And because I react so quickly, my car started to kind of go like this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had that happen. It's going like this.
Like fishtailing.
Yeah. And I'm young. I'm in my 20s, and I'm not sure how to handle that.
Right.
And I start spinning on the bridge. And the guy that made the lane, he's long gone. I spin out on the bridge, and when I finish, I am now on oncoming traffic. I'm facing oncoming traffic. Luckily, God was with me, and I don't know some days if I believe in God, but God was with me, and I was able to quickly get my shit together and turn the car around and go. But I had to get off the next exit because I was shaking so horribly.
Oh, I'm sure.
And that bridge is so tall. Please look it up. I almost want you to look it up on your phone right now.
Yeah, we can.
As I'm talking
too. What is it called?
The Valley View Bridge, Cleveland, Ohio. And I have to pull off at the next exit because I'm shaking so horribly. And so I take all the back roads to the game. I finally pull myself together. But until this day, I cannot go over that Valley View Bridge without horrific trauma. I have PTSD so bad about that bridge.
I mean, doesn't look...
Let me see.
It doesn't look... It just looks like a bridge. I don't mean to discount your...
Okay, so look at that bridge. That is probably... Does it say how many feet?
I don't think so.
People have gone off this before.
Oh, really? I thought you meant it was high.
It is very high.
Oh, okay. But I was envisioning like a big...
It's very, very, very high.
Okay.
I don't know why it doesn't look like... Maybe I'll try to find a more... and place it here.
Yikes.
But it was so terrifying.
Oh, they have a thing about Valley View Bridge jumpers.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know how high it is. Maybe I'll get the facts and put it up right here.
Yeah.
But that bridge okay, so I was in my 20s. I lived there till I was in the Cleveland area till I was 40 until I moved down here. So I've been down here 11 years, 13 years, whatever. But that bridge terrified me for the rest of my Ohio residency. I would try to avoid it, and it sucks because it marries my city and the Cleveland to get downtown. I would avoid it at all costs, especially in the winter. Mm-hmm. Like, it screwed me up so bad. So I get you.
Yeah.
And I remember towards the end of my Ohio thing, I'm like, I'm just going to go over it. I'm going to go over it, and then I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to go over it again, then I'm going to go over it again,
right.
Then I'm going to go over it again. And I did that one day. I'm like, okay. And then it kept getting easier. But then I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then I moved.
Yeah.
But it was terrifying.
Yeah.
So I can imagine. I thought I'm going to spin, someone's going to hit me, and we're going to go over it.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
I didn't think I was going to.
Because you would have died.
I would have died. Lori, it's so high. And I can't believe that picture doesn't even do it justice.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean.
Look at him.
I know.
He's like a little cinnamon muffin.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
He's like a little.
I love his little fuzzy butts.
Oh, I know.
Oh, he's dreaming. He's dreaming. You got to trim his little paws again.
I know.
Stop. Oh my God.
But those are the things that, you don't think you're going to survive, and you survive.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that don't survive a burn, a bridge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A childhood.
A childhood.
Yeah.
An abusive childhood.
Yeah.
But I used to worry about everything until John, who's mellow yellow all the time, said.
Same with Eric, yeah.
Yeah, so both our hubbies are very, very chill. He always says, usually the worst doesn't happen, so why don't you deal with reality? And that really helps.
Yeah.
Really, really helps.
Yeah.
And, just like my father who just lost his foot and now he's an amputee, that was a really dark time in my life.
Yeah.
Very, very dark time in my life. But
yeah.
once the foot was amputated and he started taking it really well, it started getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. And I didn't think he was going to survive that, but he's better than ever now.
Yeah.
He's better than ever. We're better than ever. We're happy to have him. And
I think he's relieved.
I think he is relieved.
To finally
because
just
he
do
was
it.
very sick with that foot. Very sick with that foot. But, I guess the thing of it is that most of the time you'll survive it. So just
chill out.
chill.
Yeah, I have a very hard time not, how people say, there's nothing you can do about it, so don't worry about it. I can't do that.
I'm better, but I can't do that either.
No.
That's who I am.
No. Although I think from my childhood, I do have like a way where I kind of cut off and go into a bubble.
Yeah.
Where I'm like,
oh, let's not deal with it so that.
Yeah, it's like I escape
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. Let's sweep it.
Yeah. I don't want to deal with it.
No.
So I'm not going to.
Right.
But
nice episode.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Why do you keep thanking me?
Thank you for showing
I'm
up.
a guest. Like I'm a
Thank you
special
for being a special guest on me
Suzanne's-
and Oliver's podcast. Oliver's podcast.
Yeah.
He's not dead. If anybody's wondering, he's not dead, and he's not a stuffed animal, even though he looks like one.
Yeah.
He's so gone.
I love his fuzzy butt.
Oh, I have to get him groomed though, because it's going to start getting.
I don't know why we can't brush it. Like, why can't we brush it?
I know, but at some point we have to cut it. It's
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You can't tell if he's going forward or backwards.
True.
Here, let's get him up so everybody can see how cute he is.
Okay.
You ready? He's going to be grumpy. Look. Hi, Oliver.
Oh.
Hi, Oliver.
Why are you waking me up? Is it time to breastfeed? He is the sweetest.
Oh. I love. Oh.
Mom, stop. My God.
You're so cute. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Yeah.
We only have one more minute before it cuts
If
us
you'd
off.
like to breastfeed, we don't have to do it off camera.
Okay, that's so sweet. Thank
Yeah. No, you don't have to be ashamed anymore.
you. You know what? I'm not.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't be. Don't
Okay.
be.
I don't have the right bra on.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I love you. Okay. Bye, everyone.
I wish we had a producer that could stop it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Wish we were popular enough. Thanks, buddy.
I wish people thought $5 a month.
We can't even get people to pay $5 for it. 'Cause we're not funny anymore.
Yeah, we're not funny. We're not funny enough for that.
Okay, you gotta go potties.
No. Oh, no, good. Yeah, I'm so tired.
All right.
I'm tired.
We only have 4 more minutes before it cuts off.
Okay.
Sure hope we had the